still had joy.
Amen.
In the middle of their poverty, they had joy. So he's telling the Corinthians, he said, you guys are rich. You guys have everything. And they, in their poverty, still were liberal in their giving themselves first to God and then to us. So it wasn't about money, it was about yieldedness.
Yeah.
Wow.
So verse 10 comes along and he said, and in this I give you my advice. It is to your advantage, not only to be doing what you began and were desiring to do. Turn to your neighbor and say, a year ago. I'm going to read it one more time. And in this I give my advice. It is to your advantage. Tell your neighbor and say, I need my advantage. It is to your advantage not only to be doing what you began and were desiring to do a year ago. Verse 11. But now you also must complete the doing of it. That as there was a readiness to desire it, so there may also be a completion out of what you have. See, stewardship is the recognition. Remember, the recognition. Let's bring that definition up one more time. That stewardship definition. First is the revelation that God owns everything. And if God owns everything, then he knows what he's doing. He understands both his purpose, his intent, and why he's made everything he's made. And guess what? He made you.
Amen.
The second thing is the recognition that you have been entrusted. In other words, God's put into your care already. He's already entrusted you with that which is required to bring his will or his purposes to pass.
Amen.
You already have what's required. Moses is thinking that he needs something besides what God told him in order to go in. God said, no, what's that in your hand? What's already in your hand? What do you already possess? What do you already have? What is already right there in front of you? Tammy and I had when the economic crisis happened, we had a big debt that came. And this big debt, and I was staring at the thing and I was saying, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? And I was thinking, oh, man, how am I going to get out of this? And I started doing what everybody does. Lord, I need a miracle. You start making up your songs. Whatever your deliverance song, you start saying, I need something. I need you to come through, Lord. I need a miracle. Yeah. But when we define miracle as this flash of light that comes across the sky and drops your answer right at your toes. But when God works a miracle, God takes that old funky stick and he activates it. And it makes it work for his glory. Because if he had to flash something from the sky, everybody would just start arguing about, that's what happens is that the clouds got into a certain formation and they got ionized and the lightning came down and that's why it happened. Everybody started explaining it. But you can't explain why this raggedy stick just turned into a snake.
Yeah.
And you can't explain why when I took my hand and I put it in my shirt and it came back leprous and then I put it right back in and it came out and it ain't leprous. You can't explain that because there ain't no medicine in there.
Wow.
And when you have a $75,000 debt and you got kids in college and you cut your income in half, how you pay it all off, you can't explain that. All I can say is God is good. Because he paid off every dime of it. Every dime. And this wasn't like I just do something careless. This is something that happened and I can't avoid what just happened here.
Amen. Wow.
But he worked it out. But in the middle of working, I had to be a steward.
Hallelujah.
I had to shift my mind and my thinking. And wait a minute. God said he's the Lord that shows me how to profit and shows me the way that I need to go. So let me stop all this confession and crying. Let me stop this right now and let me see, what do I have? All right, Lord, you show me what I have. You show me what I have. Lord, I thank you. There's something in here. You're going to show something in here. And if you've been to my house, I got my little. It's not the prayer war room. It's the other war room, right? So I got all my stuff in there, and I got a whole bunch of resources and different things in there. And I was sitting there and said, Lord. And the Lord brought it to my remembrance. He said, you already got what you need. I got a bookshelf that's in the closet and it's behind stuff. I went in that bookshelf, went all the way down, and I didn't even have, Lord told me exactly where it was. I went down to level 3 in there. I pulled out one book. I opened it up, and in there was a rapid repayment plan. I said, wow, I got what I need. Right. I put that thing down. I put it on an Excel spreadsheet, and I went to work.
Yes.
I went to work. Amen. And nobody didn't get no outside knowledge except from that resource God had already had in my closet.
Amen.
A book I ain't looked at in 15 years. It's sitting in there waiting on me with my answer already there. Because 15 years ago when I bought the book, I didn't need the book. I'm just walking around in the bookstore thinking that looks like a nice book. And I just picked the book up and put it, and didn't even hardly use it, put it down, and then it got covered over with a bunch of other stuff, and it's nowhere except a little memory in my head that when it's time, God said, what's that in your hand? What's that in your hand, boy? What's that in your hand? I went in there, got that thing, and I went to work. Yes. And my miracle happened with God using these hands and this mind.